everybody, and welcome back to Amity Blue. My name is Nazi, and this is part 2 of my junk journal set that I'm creating for my Etsy shop. We're talking about the personal size now. So these are the ones that I have created for the personal size. If you'd like to see part 1, which is the standard size journals, I will link that video below. I will also link all of the ladies that have inspired me in creating the journals that I've talked about in the part 1. I'll also link their YouTube channels below, so go show them some love. I don't really go for a theme. I just try to make each one different for different color schemes because I know some people like a little bit more girly and some people like a little bit more vintage. So I will start out with this one and we will go from there. So this is one of the personal size ones. I wanted to make it like an album image. This is from a vintage floral album that I have. I cut it out and I sewed it onto the cover. Everything is tea-dyed. This is beautiful floral fabric that I managed to come across, and then I've included one of my paper clipboards in the pocket. This is kind of neat. I'm also experimenting with adding wallpaper into my journals. I love using wallpaper as pockets in my own personal journal, and I thought, why not include it in one of my junk journal sets? So I've included little bits of wallpaper as pockets, and it's also a bit embossed, and it's just lovely. So if you have some vintage wallpaper that you're going to throw out, don't throw it out. You can use it in your journals, and it makes it look really cool. In the back, I created a tuck spot with some tea bag ruffle. And then here is a tag that I created. It's just a really like abstract kind of tag. I was just having fun, honestly, with my sewing machine. And it's also a cute little mini tuck spot so that you can write a little note. I just thought it was adorable. So I made that. And I like how the colors just kind of go together. I really like for me, the most important thing when making journals is how the color combinations look like. Here is another journal. This one I believe was my mom's favorite just because of the darker, colors. This is kind of cool. This was, I was experimenting with my sewing machine. I came across some old sewing patterns and I made a pocket. So this is a tag. Here's a piece of paper. So you have a front pocket and then you also have a back pocket, which is hard to see on camera, but you have 2 places to tuck things in. And this journal is kind of like a sewing theme journal just because I have a ton of sewing ephemera that I thought would be perfect to go in here. A little fabric cluster. Here's another pocket. This is a double pocket, so here is a pocket in the front and then also a pocket in the back. And then I made this that says needles, and it's a cute little tuck spot that you can also add something in. Here is another little sewing theme tag. Just an old sewing machine by Singer, which is really cool. I actually was going to purchase one of these, but unfortunately it didn't work. So this one, I experimented with some different types of sewing. Each one is actually a different kind, but I kind of liked how it looked. And then it's also a little pocket. Some sewing paper. And then it's just attached on a paper clip. And this is the back. A floral image on the front, and on the back you can journal. So this is that one. Here's the next one. This is probably my favorite in the personal size just because of the collage. I, since the beginning, always have loved collaging things, especially in my journal for journaling, and so I decided to collage the cover. This is actually fabric and then an old receipt and then a piece of paper that I collaged. fabric pocket with a textile tag, and you can also tuck something in there. This is kind of cool too. Just a piece of a book that I tea-dyed, and then I just stitched it so it is a pocket in the front, and then you can journal on the back. There's a pocket, and then in the back it's a fabric tuck spot, and then you can write on the back. This is the next one. This is cool. It's a pocket on the front with a little tag, and it's also a pocket in the back. I love adding punches also to the paper. I don't know if you have noticed, but I like to finish the edges on my journals just because I think it is an extra step that does take a little bit of time, but I like the finished result. It's all about, for me, the finished result in the end. And I want to create journals that are the best so that your memories are kept in a really cute little journal. In the back here, create a pocket, and then another tag that I just collaged papers and bits of cloth with. And I just like the color combination of the pink and the green. So this is the last one of the personal size. This is from a vintage receipt that I had lying around, and I thought I'd go ahead and I'd use it. It's really thick too, so that's really cool. And the sewing turned out beautifully on the back. Normally it's not this straight. And that's what I love about the sewing machine, is that it's so forgiving. Even if your line is a little bit crooked, it actually still looks good. But this was absolutely perfect, and so I didn't want to cover it up with a pocket. So here you can add a picture. I just thought it'd be perfect to decorate the inside. This is really cool too. This is just some leftover of of some vintage typewriter paper, and then I made a little fabric pocket, and then I used some ledger paper so that you can write whatever you include in the pocket. And then on the back you have some journaling space. And then in this pocket I have another fabric pocket, and on the back some journaling spots. And that is that. So that is the last one. So that is it. I hope you guys like the personal size junk journals. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. Make sure you check out part 1 and then part 3, which is the pocket size. Until next time, I hope that you guys have a great day filled with peace and love. Bye-bye.